Hello, 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 everyone. We're back. Another monthly move. Nope, that's the
No.
wrong
Mm-mm.
video. We're back with another New York Film Festival review. This film is the second Senegal movie that I've seen at the New York Film Festival. Last year, I saw a movie called Atlantics, and this movie is called Night of the Kings. And I mentioned Atlantics besides the fact that they're both from Senegal. They're both very gendered movies. Atlantics is a very female movie, and Night of the Kings is a very masculine film that takes place in a prison. This film is pretty interesting. I was expecting something more violent just because I just knew it took place in a prison, so I was expecting like a very conventional prison movie, I guess. But this film kind of subverted my expectations in a couple ways. First of all, the premise of this prison in Senegal, the inmates actually run the prison. It's basically a large apartment complex with no doors, and everyone is sort of like living with each other. The film has a lot of atmosphere to it. There's a lot of sounds of nature in the background. When people are talking, there isn't a whole lot of music. There's a lot of wide shots that includes the inmates, which it contrasts those sounds to make a more claustrophobic feeling. And also there are a lot of bold, saturated colors throughout. With prisons, you usually expect a very cold or bleak or desaturated color palette, but this film is pretty colorful given the location that it takes place in. There's a part of me that felt left out of the plot because I have no political context for the film. Even though there's like some titles in the beginning that sort of explain what's going on, it still wasn't enough. And I was just like, all right, I guess there's a lot here that I need more context for to really understand. But the thing that sucked me in the most was this idea of storytelling and having the audience react in real time, because the film is basically about a kid who is admitted into this prison, and the head of the inmates or whatever, like the king, I guess, he designates the new kid as the Roman, and the Roman tells stories when there's a red moon. And so he has to tell a story for the entire night. And all of the inmates are surrounding him. When he's telling the story, the audience, the inmates, they're reacting in real time, whether or not they agree, disagree, or if they're captivated by what he's saying. And also they'll like perform certain things that he's saying because he's talking about a story about a person that they know. It sort of acts like the score to the movie. There is a musical score in the film, but it's used so sparingly. And because of that, the extras to me are the stars. I mean, they dictate what goes on in the plot, how the main character is perceived, how we feel, how good he's telling the story, and they're always judging him. So it feels like the extras are just like this force on the movie. And it's very interesting that in most films, you're dealing with the perspective of a main character and how they feel about things. But this film is very much dictated by the feelings of everybody else. And I thought that was very cool. It's 90 minutes long, but it's very well paced, and it's one of those movies on the shorter side that don't drag at all. Like once it's over, you're like, oh wait, what? We're at the end already? Parts of this film are based on a true story, but again, I have not enough political context to say whether or not it's accurate, but I enjoyed the movie. It's a good time. I'm in between a 6 and a 7 at this point, but I'm gonna stick with a 7 out of 10 because it was just so unique and cool. Night of the Kings is a 7 out of 10. You should check it out, especially if you haven't seen a whole lot of African cinema.
That's good.
If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you agree, disagree, tell us in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share with your friends. Do all the things. The Matrix video. Oh, snap. The processing is complete for standard edition. So now the HD version is being processed now.
Hey.
Wow, look at that. We're just going to keep updating the audience as the videos go on.
As we record these.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.